course, there's indignation on the Russian side. What do you have to say, they wanted to know, about that attack on the Russian embassy there in Ukraine, with the foreign minister engaging in obscene invective against Putin and against Russia. Now, you can see what's going on, right? The Russians have cut off gas to Ukraine, although the gas continues to flow, presumably for Western Europe. But we know the Ukrainians, as incorrigible thieves, will siphon off the gas that they want. And at that point, the Western Europeans, if they're really the cretins they pretend to be, will then blame Russia for the fact that the gas is not arriving. This is what the State Department hopes. This is what Nuland fantasizes about. Then there was, on the second day of this conference on Tuesday, the blowing up of a key gas pipeline. Now, there was a redundancy in the system that allowed a workaround, but otherwise that would have cut off gas. Now, who had talked about that? Yarosh, the fascist madman of the right sector, had proposed that one key weapon for the Ukrainian heroes that he says he represents is to cut off the gas. This morning, Poroshenko is proposing a unilateral ceasefire, and NATO, Bach of War Rasmussen, says there's a new Russian military buildup along the border. Again, the common line of the Russian participants is there must be a halt to these military operations. And, of course, we have this awful James Kirchick, meet the anti-Semites, truthers, and Alaska Pal at D.C.'s pro-Putin soiree. And in the course of this, he gets around to me after Cohen and ahead of Ray McGovern. You get me. So we'll talk more about this, because there was some stuff at the level of Minnesota and Alaska who have tried to get around the lunatics in the State Department and assert an actual economic interest and a common interest with the Russians and how they fared. We'll go into that next week. So check, remember, Coast to Coast AM Saturday night, and above all, top